Let me ask you about another pledge to reduce greenhouse gases by 35% over the same period in the next 6 years. And you mentioned a new president coming in, and that, of course, is in 2024. How does Mexico need to approach this election of a new president? What are the priorities here? How do the discussions have to happen?
So I think one of the important things for Mexico is that unlike the rest of Latin America, which already has 60% of its of its electricity matrix already renewables, in the case of Mexico, Mexico is a laggard. It's really less than 30%. And so when you think about what are the pledges and what are the policies that a next administration needs to think about, particularly because it is actually very timely, right? The next administration is coming in 2024 and ends in 2030, exactly at the time where countries will have to, show what their performance has been in relation to their climate pledges. And so the next government will be in the hook for whether Mexico was able to comply or not, and for Mexico's progress. So it actually offers a significant opportunity to the next administration to define how Mexico is going to be able to meet those climate pledges going forward, and to create a narrative around those around its 6-year term in office. And so, going back to the question, you do have that many countries in the region are much more decarbonized in terms of their power sector. That's not the case of Mexico. It's even, if you look at it not only from the point of view of renewables, but non-fossil fuels in general, Mexico also is lagging behind the US and is much more much less decarbonized than its other trading partner in the US, Mexico, Canada Free Trading Partnership. So because Canada is already more than 80%. And so it is, and it's more also from the point of view of the kinds of priorities that you need, and the kinds of priorities have to be the energy sector, which in general, when we think about climate pledges, because 70% globally of the emissions come from the energy sector, we normally equate, or there's an important correlation between your energy policy, particularly in relation to decarbonization goals, and climate pledges. It's not, in other countries, it's much energy has a much lesser role. But in the case of Mexico, energy also is where most of the emissions are coming from. And within energy is the electricity sector, the power sector, where the state has an important participation. So this is not only about Mexico's economy, about unleashing private sector investments. It's also about the decarbonization of the public sector.